What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, look. We have news that broke that 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who is widely acknowledged as the face of the sport of boxing and is the undisputed super middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez is 60 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. He is the face of the sport of boxing currently as it stands today. Why do you say that, Blue? Because Canelo Alvarez is the most proven of any fighter today that's active. He has done 1 million pay-per-view buys with Floyd Mayweather, 1 million pay-per-view buys with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., 1 million pay-per-view buys twice with Gennady Triple G Golovkin, and with Caleb Plant for Undisputed, 750 to 850,000 pay-per-view buys. Nobody is consistently doing that type of numbers that Canelo Alvarez is doing. Not only that, Canelo Alvarez is getting $30 to $50 million a fight. He's selling out arenas. He's doing massive gates. He is proven. With that said, we've had one other fighter do 1 million pay-per-view buys. And that fighter is Gervonta Tank Davis when he fought Ryan Garcia April 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. It did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. But that's the only million pay-per-view buys that Tank Davis has ever done in his career, and Ryan Garcia as well. Ryan Garcia outside that fight has done 0 pay-per-views, and Tank Davis outside of Ryan Garcia, biggest pay-per-view is 250,000 pay-per-view buys. Again, like I said, outside of Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez has done 3 other 1 million, at least 1 million pay-per-view buys. And on top of that, he has done as well a pay-per-view buys of 750 to 850,000 pay-per-view buys, close to 1 million pay-per-view buys. Nobody's consistently doing those numbers. So with that said, right, this proves that he is indeed the face of boxing. Tank Davis is nipping at his heels. With that said, he, being Canelo Alvarez, historically typically fights on 2 dates. Cinco de Mayo weekend, Mexican Independence Day weekend, the second weekend in September. Cinco de Mayo weekend, the first weekend in May. Mexican Independence Day weekend, the second weekend in September. Those dates in modern time have been made very popular by Floyd Mayweather, who Canelo Alvarez stated that he was going to snatch those dates from Floyd Mayweather when he fought Floyd Mayweather in 2013. And to say he came up short is an understatement because he lost every single round. And he said he was snatching those dates back from Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather is African American and he's of Mexican descent and these are his holidays. And he's right. But he was wrong because he came up short. So we know every year those 2 dates Canelo's going to fight on. It's just a matter of who he's going to fight when it comes to the dates. And now we have gotten news that has broken that a possible opponent is going to be the identical twin brother of his last opponent that he fought September 30th. They moved it off the Mexican Independence Day weekend a couple of weeks because they hit some roadblocks. But September 30th, he fought 3-time junior middleweight world champion, former undisputed junior middleweight world champion, and still the unified junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Jermall Only Ironman Charlo. who is now 35 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'11" and a half with a 73.5-inch arm reach. He fought him, won a unanimous decision, dropped him in the 7th round, then he won a unanimous decision. Now it's being said that he's going to fight his identical twin brother, undefeated 2-division world champion, former unified junior middleweight world champion, and now still the reigning WBC middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Jermall Hitman Iron Man Charlo, Lions Only Charlo, who is 33 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, obviously. He's slightly bigger, 6 feet tall. They've now listed him at 6'1" with a 74-inch arm reach. But he's undefeated. And initially, that's who Canelo Alvarez was supposed to fight, Jermall Charlo. But Jermall Charlo had been inactive out the ring for 2.5 years. The last time he fought was June of 2021. And he was dealing with mental and health issues outside the ring and personal issues. And he wasn't in the mental space to take the fight. He then made a comeback in November 25th on the undercard, David Benavidez, another guy we're going to talk about in this video. And he fought Jose Benavidez, David Benavidez's older brother, at the co-main event at a catch weight, and he came in at 165. So with that said, he's shaking off the rust. So now it's reported that Canelo, May 4th, is going to fight Jermall Charlo. And the boxing world is in an uproar. They're complaining. And they're saying Canelo Alvarez is ducking the man I just mentioned. Undefeated 2-time WBC super middleweight world champion, Mexican Ecuadorian superstar boxer, David the Mexican Monster Benavidez, who is 28 wins, no losses, no draws, 24 big wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach. That's the man that everybody wants to see Canelo Alvarez fight. And there's a storyline there. The storyline is, prior to Canelo Alvarez making 168 pounds his division in his home, David Benavidez was the best fighter in that division. The fight that everybody wanted to see was the man Canelo Alvarez beat for undisputed, which was former IBF super middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Caleb Sweehan Plant, right? That was the fight to be made, unification bout. It never came to fruition as they were both champions. Now, last year, March 25th, he fought and beat Caleb Plant, David Benavidez did, right? And now, things fell apart. David Benavidez lost his belt due to recreational use. Y'all can fill in the blanks. And then he lost the belt the second time after beating Anthony Durrell to regain it. He lost it the second time by missing weight on the scales, right? So with that said, right, things just didn't fall the way David Benavidez wanted them to fall. Canelo Alvarez saw the opening when David Benavidez lost his belt on the scale. He then immediately petitioned to fight for that belt. And then he got the opportunity to fight against Caleb Smith, who was the WBA super middleweight world champion, for the vacant WBC title and the WBA title. And he beat him, Caleb Smith, right? Then he, under a calendar year, he goes on, he fights Billy Joe Saunders for the WBO title, unification bout, he stops him. Then he fights Caleb Plant and stops him in the 11th round, becomes undisputed, and under a calendar year. So the only man left standing and the logical fight to be made is David Benavidez, right? Because David Benavidez is the best fighter in the division and he never lost his belts on the scale. Well, no. Now Canelo Alvarez, who fought Jermall Charlo, who jumped up from 154 to 68, people had an issue with that. Now it's said that he's going to fight Jermall Charlo instead of David Benavidez. And first it was said that he was going to fight undefeated former junior middleweight WBO world champion, Mexican superstar boxer Jaime Munguia, who has 42 wins, no losses, no draw, 33 wins by way of knockout, 27 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 73-inch arm reach. That's who was supposed to be Canelo Alvarez's opponent, Jaime Munguia. And that was said to be his fight May 4th. Jaime Munguia has a fight coming up next Saturday, January 27th, as he's going to face off against a former foe, an opponent of Canelo's, in John Ryder. So Canelo couldn't knock out John Ryder. Jaime Munguia is now going to fight him, look to make a statement. And Jaime Munguia stated that Canelo Alvarez reached out to him to make a fight happen. And it was said that Canelo Alvarez is going to fight Jaime Munguia. As Jaime Munguia confirmed, Canelo Alvarez reached out to him to make this fight happen. He didn't inquire about it. And Jermall Charlo was supposed to fight Caleb Plant. There's a storyline there. And David Benavidez fight David Morrell. Now it's looking like that has been shaken up. And Jermall Charlo is thrown back in a fold. And everybody's complaining about it. And I'm here to tell you, like Sean Porter said the other day, they have a plan. They have a plan. Canelo Alvarez signed a 3-fight deal with the premier boxing champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman and the PBC. A 3-fight deal, right? Do you think they're going to put the biggest challenge and the biggest fight on for Canelo Alvarez in his second fight of a 3-fight deal? No. Where he could possibly lose. Now, you can maximize it. He loses to David Benavidez, and then he rematches David Benavidez, and that's the 2 fights. He's had 1 fight against Jermall Charlo. He's always wanted to fight Jermall and Jermall Charlo, who've been calling him out forever and a day. So now this gives him the opportunity to fulfill that and fight David Benavidez, right? He gets to satisfy all of the things, all of the above. You understand? And so now, right, you get David Benavidez, you saving the best for last. Period. And in a 3-fight deal, they were never going to, you're getting upset because Jermall Charlo, why are you fighting Jermall Charlo? Another guy you pulling up in weight and skipping over David Benavidez. Yes. And David Benavidez, father, trainer, manager, Jose Benavidez Sr., also has an issue with it. David Benavidez clearly has an issue with it, but they understand it's the business. They understand that he's going to be last. He's going to fight him Mexican Independence Day weekend, the second weekend in September. He beats Jermall Charlo. He'll be fighting David Benavidez in September. Right? I have an issue with it. I said, why is he fighting Jermall Charlo over fighting Benavidez? But then I look at the business side of it. And there's no way, right? He's not going to jump. They're not going to put that best fight on for last. They're saving it for last. Period. They're going to save the best for last, which is David Benavidez. So don't get upset. Don't get, disgruntled. Jermall Charlo, Canelo Alvarez is going to be an extremely good fight. Jermall Charlo is bigger, more aggressive than Jermall Charlo, has a stronger jab. He's stronger than Jermall Charlo. And he's not coming up 2 weight classes. His last fight was 165. So he's not coming up 2 weight classes. But I think the layoffs is going to do him a disservice. And I think that Jermall Charlo is going to lose that fight to Canelo Alvarez. But there's going to be a built-in storyline that you can still implement if he fought Benavidez now, beats Benavidez. But it's a much better storyline. Now he just beat the identical twin brother, Jermall Charlo. Now the big brother, Jermall Charlo, is coming to avenge it. You build up this storyline. He's actually really bigger than him and slightly older than him. And he's referred to as Big Charlo. So the storyline, they're identical twin brothers. You sell the fight. You sell the storyline. Jermall Charlo is a different type of fighter than Jermall Charlo. You sell that. And then on the heels of that, you get David Benavidez fight. If Canelo Alvarez loses, understand this. If Canelo Alvarez loses, he's going to have a rematch clause in that contract. Believe that. So if Benavidez beats him, you'll see that fight twice possibly anyway. So you're going to get it. Don't worry about it. I was frustrated with it, but then you think about the business side of it. It makes more sense. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all. I'm going. Peace.